What's up everyone, Flash from Flash Hobbies here, and I apologize for this video being a little late. Been very busy lately with shooting a whole bunch of videos for you guys and school and other stuff. Just been very busy, but let's get to the Q&A. We had quite a few questions, so I'm going to try to go a little quickly with this, but I just, disclaimer now, the video is going to be easily 10 minutes or more long, so just keep that in mind. So I've put all the questions that we've had here into the tin, and I'm just gonna draw, random draws and see who comes out first. So we have Too Quick for You 104. It says, "What's your oldest Flash comic book?" Yeah, my oldest one is from 1974. My best friend gave it to me. I believe it was a Christmas present a few years back, and that's still the oldest one that I have. Next is the Eyebolt, B-A-U-L-T. Congrats on 500. Thanks. Why no Marvel stuff? You seem to have an unhealthy relationship with the Flash. LOL. JK. Nice collection. Thanks, man. Actually, it's just basically everything I have in here is DC. I have a few Marvel stuff. I have a Maximum Carnage figure that's like this big, and I got a couple of like Marvel Legos and stuff. But for the most part, I like the DC universe a lot, and of course the Flash, obviously. The next one is from Father and Son RC Racing. What is your favorite superhero? Ooh, I'm gonna have to say probably Wonder Woman. I really love Wonder Woman. No, what do you think? The Flash. I'm sure that was a trick question, but it's kind of hard to tell which one I do like, right? I mean, maybe you got the impression that I like Batman, possibly. I don't know. Sammy F 2775. Congrats on 500. Appreciate it, man. What's your favorite part of the hobby? Building, painting, driving, bashing? Thanks. Actually, the part that I hate the most, I'll start with that one, is painting. I've tried painting so many times, and for some reason, either my paint doesn't stick, or it peels off too quickly, I don't get enough coats, there's overspray, the masking gets ruined. I just can't do it. I have one body that I'm super proud of, and I don't even run it because I'm that proud of it. So yeah, but my favorite part is actually, I would say probably the building part, because I trade a lot on Facebook pages, and pretty much what I do is just, I like to trade. So I trade something that I have, I get something, I rebuild it, I fix it up, and I use it for a little bit. That's why I have such a variety on the channel, is for that reason. I'm always trading, and I'm always up to trading. There's very few rigs that I have besides the trophy trucks that I have. I won't trade the trophy trucks, but the other ones, I'm always open to a trade if it seems worthy for me, and also for the channel, because it keeps new content on there for you guys. So, I mean, I guess it would fall under building. That's my favorite part. Next up is Brothers RC. Good work on the 500. Thanks, man. If you could pick one RC, which would it be and why? If it could be one that I don't have right now, I would say the Sycon XC trophy truck, the BJ Baldwin build that he did. I love that truck so much. I really would like one from him, but he's got quite a bit of a long waiting list now that he's kind of blown up in the YouTube world. This one is from Infinite RC. How long have you been into RC? If you're counting like Walmart grade stuff, since I was young, 8, 9 maybe older than that. I mean younger than that. Actual like hobby grade stuff, probably 10 years or so. Next is from Belmont Deniston. Congratulations, thanks. What do you feel will be the next big thing for 2016? If you're referring to the next big thing in 2016 in general, I would say probably, actually I'm not really sure. I know the next big thing will be the next president we choose. We have our election this year. Let's not get political on the channel. But if you're referring to the RC world, I would say probably HPI is going to be the next big thing in here. Because I know a lot of people have like the X-Max and stuff. That was the big thing, and the score from Axial. But I feel like HPI has really stepped up their game, and just looking at what they've launched in their new their new lineup that's coming out. They got drifters, they got the Flux XL, and the electric version, and they have their crawler, the FJ Cruiser. So they got a lot of things coming out, and I mean I think they should do pretty well in 2016. This one is from Mikey Mike. Congrats on the 500 subs. Appreciate it, man. What's the JLA over your right shoulder on the wall? Is it a comic or a poster? It looks awesome, man. If you're referring to this one right here, that is a poster. It is based off of a real comic, which I don't have. I should get it so it can match, right? But yeah, it's a poster. I got it from Ross. I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with this store, but here in Texas, where I am, they're pretty big and they're pretty much everywhere. Just like in the Houston area, there's like probably 10 or more than that. But they have a lot of cool like comic stuff. They don't have just JLA. They have like Batman and Star Wars and all kinds of different things. And I mean, very affordable. That poster right there, if you look at the picture right next to it, that's a big picture, and that was only $10. So I mean, that's not a bad deal. This one is from Troll Gabe. What's your favorite drift car? Actually, man, I don't do anything with the drift cars at all. I had one a long time ago, and I got rid of it. It was a Red Cat. I used it for a couple days, and then, like I said, I like to trade, so I traded it out for something else. One that did catch my attention is one of the HPIs that's coming out. I don't know exactly which one it is, but it's the newer style Mustang body. Then that one looks pretty sick. It's like a matte gray with green wheels. I think that looks pretty nice. This one is from Maria Antoinetta Ruggieri. I'm sorry if I murdered that last name. She asked, "What was your first RC?" This is a multiple part question. So, what was your first RC? My first hobby grade RC was an Evader brushed. And she said, "Does any member of your family share this hobby with you?" My wife absolutely hates it. I'll tell you straight out. She hates that I spend so much money on it, that I dedicate so much time, and when I'm doing a video. But, you know, I enjoy doing these, so she kind of gets that now after a few years, so she just kind of lets me be. I have my own space in the garage, or sometimes I work here on this table. You know, if it's too cold outside or too hot. But yeah, my wife absolutely hates it. If really, I have a couple cousins that like it, and also my brother. My brother is the one who really we share the most with, because he has his RCs, I have mine. We shoot videos together and all that stuff. So we do a lot of the RC stuff together. And she said, "How long did it take you to decorate the wall, being you like that?" I'm guessing she's referring to the wall behind me. Well, actually, the whole room, as you saw in the beginning of the video, is Flash theme, and the other part of it is Supergirl theme. That's what they call my wife. We all have a nickname. But the room itself, when we moved into the house, took about a week. And really the hardest thing was getting all this like red paint and stuff on. Like it's just it wouldn't go through. The white kept bleeding through, so we had to wait for that to set in and then completely dry before we put any of the comics or anything on the wall. Otherwise, the paint would stick to the stuff. But yeah, it took about a week to do the whole room. But it's taken years to collect the stuff, so. This one is from Jeff Gilchrist. How many RCs do you have? At the current moment, I believe I have 10. And I have such a variety. I have anywhere from a 1/18th Teton, or Latrax Teton or something like that, all the way up to the 10 scale E-Revo. I have the trophy truck. I have the Score trophy truck. I have a build that I'm working on right now. I have a buggy. So I'm very varied in what I have. I have an Exo Terra buggy. So I like a variety. John Stewart asks, "What's your favorite game?" My favorite game of all time is actually one that a lot of people don't know about, and that's it's called Power Stone Wars on the Dreamcast system. Which the whole Dreamcast system alone, I love it. I have a Flash themed Dreamcast that I painted up myself. But yeah, like that's probably my favorite game. If it has to be like a current game, I don't really game too much now because my time is just very limited. I would say probably GTA 5. I really love that game. I love the graphics. I love everything about it. Next is from RC Johnny. He says, "What's your favorite RC car?" If it's one that I own, if you're referring to that, it would be my Red Bull trophy truck. I love the truck because I put all the work into that truck, and I can't beat that. You know, even if I have one that I think is probably cooler, or better, I still like that one because I'm the one who put the work into that truck. You know, to get something from idea to, and then it's realized and it's in your hands, you can try it out. It's just, you can't beat that. At least not for me. Marco Lilik, how long did it take you to make that wall look so beautiful? Thanks, man. Like I believe I just answered that, but the whole room took basically a week. Putting all this stuff up was not very easy, and actually the hardest part, besides the paint in the room, was this shelf here and that shelf right there. Um, they were a pain. Thanks, IKEA. I thought you were supposed to make life easy. This one is from Ray Suicidal RC Hiri. How long have you been into RC? I believe I answered that one earlier. If you're referring to like the hobby grade stuff, it's been probably about 10 years or so. This one is from Golfian Army RC. What's your favorite RC? I believe that I answered that as well. If it has to be something that's... I already answered what I like that I own, so I'll answer something that I don't own. So yeah, one that I don't own that I would really like is, again, the Sycon XC trophy truck. I want a full trophy truck, like a 1/10 scale with a full metal cage. So that would be one, that would be my favorite. Oh, we got a long one here. This one's from Mike's RC Corner. He says, congrats on the 500 sub milestone. Appreciate it. Nice job. Here's to the next 500 subs. Nice giveaway and great idea for entry. My question would be an Ageless Debate. So here it is. Miller Lite. Tastes great or less filling? Cheers. Actually, I enjoy Miller Lite. But if it's answering your question, I would say tastes great. I like it. Miller Lite's pretty big here in Texas. So I'm not saying that it's all I drink, but if it's available, I'll drink it. Why not? Then again, beer is beer, right? Next question is from Eric Redco. How did you get into the Flash? I'd have to take you back all the way to high school. My friends and I, we basically were always kind of grouped together in class and stuff, and pretty much what we would do is just we wanted to come up with like a group that we could all like associate with, not a gang or anything like that, just just kind of like a social group. And we ended up coming up with, well, we all like DC characters, so we started looking at DC characters, DC comics, and basically it was assigned like a character to each one of us. So based on personalities of that cartoon, we kind of based our stuff. So I'm kind of quick-witted and smart, like smart remarks and stuff like that, and I like to joke a lot. That's very much what the Flash embodies. And even though I'm a big guy, I've always been pretty fast for my size, and I enjoy running, and especially now that I have a little bit more free time during the day than I used to. I enjoy running a lot more. So that's basically how I got into the Flash. And then from there, I started collecting a couple things. And then here we are today, where so much stuff here. I don't even know half the stuff I have sometimes. It's just, I've read every comic that's on the wall, but you kind of forget after a while because it's been years since I've read them. Next question is from Abdul Rehman Khan Sherwani. Question is, what RC is your favorite? Savage Flux or E-Revo brushless? Hands down, the E-Revo. I have one and I love it. I know the Savage, you can do like backflips on command and stuff depending on how tight you have the slipper clutch, but I just don't like the way it looks. I like the E-Revo, especially mine because I have a Flash themed paint job on it. Here's another one from Gabe. Also, what's your favorite brushless or brush combo? If it's a brush combo, I really don't use brush combos too much, but I know the Traxxas 12 turn with the XL5 is pretty good. It's waterproof, it's a reliable setup. If the motor burns out, it's very cheap to replace. And especially since it's Traxxas, you can find Traxxas stuff in pretty much everywhere. My favorite brushless combo is, for many of you guys who've watched the channel for a long time, I really am fond of Castle Creations motors. I have Sidewinder 3800 kV and the Mamba Monster. I really enjoy their products, their Sidewinders ESC, the Mamba Max Pro ESC. So I've always had Castle, never been disappointed. Nothing but power and reliability, and they're waterproof. You can't ask more than that from a company. Second up would be probably the Traxxas VXL. I've had good experience with it, even though a lot of people don't like it. Next question is from Matt Lauder. Did you build the Red Bull truck or buy it from an RC fabricator? Actually, I built that one myself. I did have some help from a friend cutting out the plates because I didn't have the right tools to do it with, but I did have the design and the measurements and everything already pre-made. So he helped me out a lot with the plates, and he cut those out. So I really appreciate it. And I did the rest. I did all the assembly, the design on it. I painted the body. I did everything else on that truck besides cut the plates. So, I got to give credit where credit is due. He helped me out a lot by cutting out those plates. And I want, if somebody knows, if someone can help me get an actual cage fabricated, I would love that. Not for the Red Bull. I would like to do a new build with that. So just keep that in mind. You can drop that down in the comments or message me directly if you know someone who would be able to help out with that. Next one is from Cody Dozier. I'm sorry. How much money do you think you have in all your hobby stuff? No exact amount because if you count everything I've done over the years, trading and upgrading and all this stuff, excuse me, I would probably say a couple thousand easy. I mean, each rig, if you buy it brand new, which I really don't buy brand new, I like to buy used because you get a good price and sometimes you get a little bit of upgrades with it as well. But yeah, I'd probably say a couple thousand easy. And that's not including like camera equipment and all this other stuff, shipping and trading, all this stuff that I've done over the years. So this one's from Juno Mac RC. What's your favorite RC? As of what is out there or not out there, what would be your ultimate RC? Be from ground or air? So my first RC was an Evader, brushed version, and he says what would be my favorite out there? Again, hands down, I want a full 1/10 cage trophy truck. That would be my dream RC, my ultimate RC, my favorite one. This one is from Budget Guy RC. Congrats on the 500 subs. Appreciate it, man. My friend, what is your favorite 2 RCs and how long have you been collecting flash stuff? Have fun RCing. Excuse me. My favorite 2 RCs, again, I would say my Red Bull truck, and the close second would be the Axial Score. The truck has really grown on me. I really like it, and it's definitely one of my favorites as of right now. It says, how long have you been collecting flash stuff? I've been collecting flash stuff since 2008. Ever since 2008, anywhere I go, I try to find something flash, and believe it or not, I find it in the weirdest places. Six Flags, corner stores, thrift stores, Ross, Walmart, almost you name it, and I found something flash there. Like this shirt, I think I got at Kohl's. I know I found stuff at Macy's. It's crazy how much flash stuff is out there, but it's not so mainstream. Now that the show came out, maybe a little bit. And I dropped one here, so sorry about that. This one is from Budget Friendly RC. How did you get into the hobby? Well, I've had like RC, like Walmart RC grade stuff since I was a kid. But what really got me into it was my brother. He had the Evader. That was my first RC. I bought it off of him, and I loved everything about it. At the time, I had a brush motor, nickel metal hydride battery, and pretty much it was just like the slowest of the slowest. And I just thought it was so amazing because it was fast to me, and it really wasn't. When you look at it, the stuff that we have now, and you have a Mumble Monster and like a Slash and stuff, it's crazy. This one is from a Blacksmith RC. Congrats on the 500 subs, bro. Appreciate it. What RC manufacturing company is your favorite? I would say Traxxas. A lot of people knock Traxxas. They say it's crap and all this, but for me, their customer service is great. Their parts support is great. Their products are great, except I'm gonna call it out. The X-Max, I see nothing but problems with the X-Max. ESC problems, electrical problems, fire problems, chassis problems. It's ridiculous, and I hate the fact that so many people stick up for the X-Max when all I see are just these bashed up ones. And I understand you're supposed to break stuff, but man, this thing is just like, it doesn't last, which is so crazy because it's almost like $1,000 rig. But my favorite company is, I would say, Traxxas. Close second would be Axial. Actually, I just like all their scale stuff that they make. Like the score, you got exhaust ports and the fifth wheel, which a lot of companies won't give you that. You get a cage in the rear and the solid axle and all this stuff. So I really enjoy that aspect as well. This one is from RC Axial Trucks. Do you like diecast and why? Actually, I do like diecast. If you give me a second here, I actually have a diecast Flash NASCAR. It's pretty sweet. I like it. It's got a lot of detail. Even the little winglets open up for the air brakes. The motor's got a lot of scale detail in it, so I do like diecast. I'm not a big collector of diecast, but I have a couple more diecast cars here, Nissan 350Z and some other stuff. So yeah, I do enjoy diecast. Very durable as well. I have some old diecast Hot Wheels. Those things probably outlive all the Hot Wheels that they make today with the plastic bottoms. This one is from RC Adventure Time with Raul Nesbit. How long have you been making videos for? I've been in the YouTube scene probably... I started July of 2014, I believe. Or 15. Actually, I don't even know. I think I've been doing it for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I'm not exactly sure, but I know I have somewhere along 100 something videos, and I've been trying to put out a steady flow of videos for you guys. I don't know if you've noticed that recently. I don't know if it's something I can keep up long term, because it is very hard to do 2 videos a week. If you haven't noticed, Monday and Fridays is when I bring out my videos. Sometimes I bring them at different times, but they do come out those days. Yeah, I think approximately 2 years is what I've been doing YouTube videos for. This one is from Monster Matt 310S. Where did you get the idea to build a trophy truck? Psychonic, I stumbled upon his channel one time, and ever since then I've been bitten by the trophy truck bug, and I love it. I wish I had the fabrication skills to make my own, but I just don't. I don't know how to weld or anything like that. So I have knowledge of the RC stuff and measurements, and I have that aspect down. But like referring to cages and stuff like that, I just can't do it. So I would have to have that outsourced to someone who can do it. I'm sure if I try it, it's not going to look anywhere near. It's not going to be anywhere straight as it needs to be. This one is from J Anderson RC. When did you first pick up an RC, and what was it? My very, very first RC, I don't remember. I know my mom has bought me and my brother RC cars when we were young. She would buy us from like Family Dollar, Dollar General, excuse me, Walmart, and yeah, I mean the very earliest RC that I can remember was a New Bright Ford Explorer. I remember me and my brother took the wheels off, and we put some really, really thin, low-profile tires on it and tried running it outside, and it ran like crap, but it looked cool. And we just thought it was like the craziest thing, oh, we can switch out these big wheels for these thin wheels. Later on, we find out we can do so much more. This one is from Delano Kawaii. Who is your ideal person and why? I would say my ideal person is my mom. My mom raised me and my brother pretty much her whole life, our whole lives as a single mother, working a couple jobs, 2-3 jobs, just to put food on the table and make sure that we were taken care of. We didn't grow up rich or anything like that, but she always made sure that we had what we needed for school and just anything that we needed. Christmases, we always had presents, we always had a birthday party. We always had food on the table and clothes on our backs, and that's hard to do for a single mom. There's some people that are couples and they work together and they can't ever do anything because they spend their money on stupid things and they don't have priorities. So I try to live my life like my mom. My mom has put a lot of good values into me. I'm compassionate and I'm an outgoing person. I love meeting new people, and I try to do the honest, right thing as much as I can. Nobody's perfect. Of course, we all tell lies here and there. It's just part of life. But she's done a lot, and hopefully someday I can repay her with more than she's given me, for sure. This one is from RC Nickster. It said, awesome giveaway, bro. RCs are obviously part of the hobby you enjoy, but I see a lot of comics and stuff from Marvel and DC, Justice League as well. Is that another hobby you're into? If not, are there any other hobbies that take up your time? Cool video, bud. Good to see you, by the way. Um, yeah, pretty much this is my only other hobby. um, the RC hobby takes up a lot of my time now, more than it did in the past, because I'm always trying to get into new projects and new things, and pretty much I'm always just trying to add new content to the channel. So besides, I was really hard into collecting the Flash stuff, but as of lately, I've been dedicating more of my money to like the RC stuff instead of buying like a Flash figure that I probably won't use. I can get a brand new body and I can bash that. So yeah, pretty much that's what I have as another hobby. I don't really do anything else. This one's from Juan Pablos Sinus Saenz. I'm sorry about that. How many RCs have you had? If you're talking about lifetime, probably 50 or more. That's why you see such a variety on the channel, because I'm always trading my RCs away and getting new stuff and basically just adding new stuff to the channel. That's why you see so much different variety on the channel. With that being said, I wish I had more subscribers because of that. I see some channels where it's like a GoPro video of a Slash going around the parking lot, and yet you look at their subscribers, they got 3,000-4,000 subscribers. And I'm like, okay, I try to put good production value into my videos. I'm not gonna say they're the best out there. I'm never gonna say that because it probably won't be. But I try to give a variety of content and different vehicles and tips and tutorials and all this stuff on the channel. But I'm not saying that I'm not happy with the 500 subscribers. I'm ecstatic. Never thought I'd have this many to begin with. When I started the channel, I was like, oh, if I can get 100 people to watch my channel, that's great. That's 100 people that enjoy the hobby just like me. But it's growing steadily, and I can't complain. So I really appreciate everyone that does watch and likes and is very active on my channel. And I try to be active as well. I try to respond to everyone, and I try to go to as much as I can and watch other people's videos, which is not always the easiest thing for me to do because it does consume a lot of time. Because I like to watch the full video. I don't like to just skip 15 seconds and then just move on. So I'm very happy with the channel as it is right now, and I just can't wait to see it grow more and more. Hopefully we can get 10,000 subscribers and look back on this and like, wow, 500. I thought I was the best thing out there. So yeah, my goal is to keep going and growing as long as I can. This one is from 432 RC Otero. Congrats on the 500 subs. Appreciate it, man. What hobby was first? RC is a superhero collection. I would say probably both came around the same time, but I definitely was collecting the Flash stuff before I got heavily into the RC stuff. I would say the RC stuff I did start probably before I collected, but it was just kind of one vehicle. I wasn't thinking about YouTube or trying to do anything with it. The Flash stuff, I was intentionally trying to collect as much as I could. All right, we're almost out of questions. This one is from Alex Sordo. What is your next RC? My next RC, well, actually, I'm getting a 1/18th Teton as we speak, probably in the next day or so. So that's my next one. But if it's one that I can buy or I wanted to buy, I want a Traxxas Aton very badly. I've been trying to get into the quad scene for a long time. I don't know if you've ever seen all the way back to the beginning of my channel. I have a review for a quadcopter from Hobby King, and that turned out to be crap. So it kind of discouraged me for a while. But if you've seen, I have like the micro quads on there, and I have another one coming pretty soon. But I'm trying to get the flying first on the mini, and then kind of build up to a bigger one and a bigger one. And I like the Aton because it's kind of like the Traxxas vehicles. It has a training mode, a sport mode, the follow mode. It's got a lot of variety that I really want. And plus, when you can use your own batteries that you already have, you don't need to spend $100+ on one battery, then I'm all for that. This one is from Jammer2150. How many RCs do you own with a Flash Gordon paint scheme? If you look at the beginning of my intros on some of my videos, I think 9 seconds in, there's a Yeti that has a flash paint theme. That one is no longer with me. I got rid of that one. Regret doing that. That was so stupid on my part, but live and learn. Right now, at the very current moment, I only have two. I have a Slash 4x4 that has a Flash Gordon paint theme, and then my E-Revo has a Flash theme as well. Everything else is just kind of a general paint scheme, no Flash-related things on it. And we have come to our last question. And our last question is from the RC Nut 92. How did you get into the RC hobby? Well, that's an easy one. My brother, that's plain and simple. He had an Evader. And then I bought that Evader off of him, and I still remember back whenever I first went into a hobby shop. Well, a guy talked me into buying a brushless dynamite motor and ESC combo for like $130. You know, I thought, I was like, oh man, that's not a bad deal. And I put that into the Evader, and it was just so fast with it. It was smoking gears, and I had no idea that there was upgrades and better gears and better motors and all this stuff. So I kept burning through the transmission gears and melting the slipper clutch, and I couldn't figure out why. You know, looking back on it now, I could diagnose that no problems. Like, oh well, you know, this is too much power for this vehicle. It's not brushless ready. You need metal gears and blah blah blah. So yeah, yeah, that was my first one, and you know, but I've been hooked ever since. And if between me and my brother, we have so many RCs, and we enjoy it. You know, it's cool just to go out to the park and shoot some video and go some bashing and do some upgrades. So that's it. You know, I appreciate it if you stuck around this long. I do appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I try to put out the best content that I can. I really enjoy my channel, and I hope you enjoy it as well. I try to put as much time and effort as I can into my videos, and I hope that you see that in the videos that I do put out. Many of them aren't very easy to edit. It takes a long time. It's very time consuming, and you know, I could be dedicating my time to other things, but I really am enjoying this very much. And, you know, for me as a person on YouTube, I want to keep growing the channel. You know, hopefully someday I can get to a point where I can get a sponsorship or just, you know, anything, a good discount from a company. I'm not asking for anything for free, but you know, I'd like to have a company want to support me so I can bring you products and show you the stuff, you know, so maybe you'd be interested in buying it. And you know, I'm not in it for the free stuff. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the hobby and everything about it. So as long as people are still watching my videos, I'm gonna keep putting them out. And when it gets to the point where it's like a grind, I'm like, oh, I gotta do another video for my channel, you know, then I'll call it quits at that point. But as I don't see that happening anytime soon, that's for sure. I like putting out the content, and you know, yeah, it's work, but you know, the reward is whenever someone else can watch your stuff and say, hey, you know, you had a great video. So for me, that means a lot. So again, I appreciate you sticking around, and if there's anything else you want to know, you can leave it down in the comments below. I'll be doing a video this time for real in the next day or two. I just need to write everyone's name down, and we'll do the drawing for the hexacopters. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next episode of Flash Hobbies.